Hey everyone, it is Evan here from the Trade Risk on Wednesday, August 21st. We are intraday right now, and this is our weekly trade ideas video where we bring you some of the names from our watch list, stocks that are holding up well, showing some relative strength, and ideally are not yet too extended in their moves. As always, these videos are powered by our partners over at Investors Business Daily, curating ideas from their stock lists. You can get access to their lists with a link in the description of this video. Now, I missed yesterday's video. The usual Tuesday market recap video was not out yesterday. I was feeling under the weather, feeling better now. So let's do a quick 30-second recap on just what's going on here in the broad market. And when we look here at the S&P 500, we see that we have rallied back up to the upper end of the recent 2.5-week trading range. So looking at the S&P 500 here, I have sort of carved out these goalposts of upper level resistance where price has been finding overhead supply, and we have demand areas down here around this 28.25 area on the downside and about 29.35 on the upside. So the way I look and interpret this price action here is that we are still range bound, even though we have had some excitement and encouragement over the past 4 trading days moving to the upper end of this range. There is still work to do up here. Can the market actually break out? Can we hold on to these levels and then continue and add to them over the coming days, and more importantly, a weekly close above this 29.50 area? That's what I'm going to be looking for. And right now, you do want to be at least conscious that we are at the upper end of the range. So if you're looking at long setups, we have to just be careful and understand that we are in a higher volatility environment at the upper end of a range. And this tends to be where breakouts can fail. Not saying it has to fail this time, but that's the backdrop that you're looking at when you're analyzing sort of individual stocks. So for me, I'm still on the defensive, defensive first kind of thought process in terms of swing trading. With that said, we're still looking at all long ideas in today's video. And again, it's mostly for building a watch list. Even if it's not something I'm looking to enter today or tomorrow, I do want to know what's holding up best. So let's get into those stocks. We're going to start it off with returning for the 3rd week in a row, VEEV. This comes from IBD's list, and I still like the coiled nature and just the sideways kind of digestion action here. This didn't totally roll over with the broad market over the course of August. It held in there to the July lows. It's moved sideways, it's stabilized, and it looks like it's trying to break back up into this upper range here from the past 2 months of trading. So VEEV, this was on the list the past 2 weeks for outperformers and stocks to watch for, and it's back here again because, again, I still like that overall setup. Number 2 from IBD's watch list is FNKO. This is a name we've talked about in the past, not recently, but a couple of months ago this had been on the list. You can see overall it's had a pretty constructive year. It started off down around $11 or so. It's basically doubled, so pretty fantastic year, all things considered. It is very much still range bound here. Structurally, not a whole lot has changed, but again, I like the fact that it has developed in this range. It's put in this sideways motion. It's developed a base here, and again, it's in the middle of the range. It's kind of a day 2 liftoff from support, so it looks like we have clearance perhaps to retest or get back up to this 25 area, and again, that's where the work will start to see if it can actually break out. But FNKO, I like that pattern overall. Still, a ways away from an actual fresh breakout. Now, the next 4 names come from our watch list. First is SSW. This one here in the industrial sector. It is starting to break out today. It's been moving over the past several days pretty sharply up into resistance. It was in a long-term downtrend back in 2016, 17. It stabilized. 2018 kind of worked up to this multi-year resistance area, and now you can see kind of the nice flat top base here that it's put in over the past 4 or so months. It's made a new, or it's attempting to make a new closing high for 2019, and in fact multiple year high going back to at least this point here in mid-2018. So this is looking pretty sturdy here as it lifts up. MACD is rising along with price, and we do have kind of that breakout that is attempted to go into motion right now. SPWR, this is number 2 here from our list, and this is in the solar space, which is a hot space. It's been strong, generally speaking anyway. SPWR has been off to really a fast and furious move for 2019. It started the year off down here around $4.80. It's almost tripled on the year. It is a higher beta, lower market cap stock, and this one is kind of coming off this bull flag. It filled the gap here recently. It's trying to get going again. Once again, this is one that can move quite fast, so just position size accordingly and kind of know what you're dealing with there. Next up is EXAS. This one here also moving sideways, hasn't broke out yet. We have this nice base that's developed under this $120 resistance. It's been in place since early July. You can see it's just kind of meandering sideways here. MACD's in positive territory. Looks like it wants to sort of launch here on a breakout, but the breakout hasn't happened. So let's see again as this trades at year-to-date highs, in fact all-time highs. Let's see if this one, biotech, can actually get moving here to the upside. Last but not least, from our watch list is ZIXI. It's a totally different look here. This is a reversal play, perhaps coming off of this wedge-like pattern. This has had trouble stabilizing since May, so you have to believe that the story's about to change here in this name. This is a software play. It's had a strong run since its IPO. Actually IPO'd all the way back in 2014, so but since its IPO, it's basically been up and to the right. The trend accelerated at after bottoming out in 2018, and you can see with today's action specifically, we have a bit of a kind of a hammer, high volume hammer reversal that's going to be put in here. We're taking out the prior day's highs after looking below around $7.30. So we have a nice potential day one reversal candidate here, something that could set up for further, for further snapback here. Overall, still, is well off of the highs made back in May of this year. So that is it. That is what I have, a little bit on market environment and some trade ideas to pay attention to. As always, these videos come out every Wednesday, so thanks for watching. You can subscribe on our YouTube channel, follow us on the Trade Risk, and we'll see you in the next video update.